Robotica out!
Get ready!
Let's do it! Hello and welcome to the most exciting event in the world of competitive robotics. It's the Robotica Championships. I'm Amit Zappa, and along with me, Tanya Memi.
Yep.
I will guide you through the rough waters that are tonight's competition.
Tonight, the Robotic Elite have gathered together to find out who's got what it takes and who doesn't. They'll have to be stronger than the strongest, faster than the fastest, and smarter than the smartest to take home tonight's top honors and this Robotica trophy.
To take the trophy, they'll have to smash through the gauntlet, a racetrack with attitude. Tame the mighty labyrinth, an obstacle course that eats robots for breakfast, and survive the fight to the finish. A no-holds-barred street fight where anything goes. So rather than waste your time hyping the situation, let's get to it. Now, entering the arena, he never looked better as he sailed past his competition in the prelims. Opting for the popular cowcatcher look in the fight to the finish, he never even broke a sweat. It's Flexi Flyer!
Flexi Flyer's chassis pivots down the middle, allowing tires to remain on the ground no matter how tough the terrain. The two halves can also lock for combat, putting full power behind that nasty electric lifting arm.
And Flexi Flyer's the creation of Michael Konchak.
Flexi Flyer is my name. Robotica is my game. Through other bots and rocks and bricks, I can do all sorts of tricks.
And his competitor. These tracks were made for winning. In the gauntlet, nothing got in his way. Labyrinth obstacles, ha! In the fight to the finish, it was up, up, and away for his competition. It's Botzilla! This tank tread design boasts a unique feature, a full suspension system built around cantilevered shock suppressors. 2 half-horsepower motors drive the stainless steel treads around or over any obstacle.
And Botzilla is the creation of Lawrence Fair.
The cantilevered suspension and superior engineering will make Botzilla a superior opponent.
We call this baby the Gauntlet, and each of these bad boys has run it at least once. They know what it takes to beat it, but do they have it? That's the question.
And we're doing something a little different tonight, something that's sure to turn up the already intense pressure. All 6 of our finalists will run the gauntlet. If you win, you move on automatically. If you don't, the losing bot with the highest score sticks around, while the other 2 go home. The tribe has spoken.
That's right, no labyrinth, no fight to the finish, no free donuts. And here's how it works. 2 bots take off in opposite directions. First, they must break through a wall of wood, then a wall of cans. Next, it's bricks, and finally cement blocks. They'll earn 10 points for every wall blown down. Then they pass their opponent and navigate his rubble on the other side. They'll receive 5 points per pile. Then it's up this ramp. The first guy that does it takes 10 points. The next guy gets 5. Now it's glass breaking time. When it's gone, the big pane lowers into place, and the one who destroys it gets 15 points and ends the game.
Robot expert Dan Danknick has been with us all season, giving us insight into what these bots and drivers have to go through when they run these events. And tonight is no exception. Dan, what's going to happen here?
You can have the greatest robot in the world, but if you don't know how to drive it, you won't win Robotica. Flexi Flyer proved to have one of the most amazing and successful geometries of the entire season, but Michael Konchak also had speed and control problems, nearly driving himself out of the arena on several occasions. Botzilla makes no illusions about speed. He's slow and deliberate around the course, which makes him less likely to get stuck on debris. If Flexi Flyer is going to win the gauntlet, he's going to have to run this course with no mistakes. Also, I expect to see some great combat on the platform as bots battle it out for that final pane of glass. Back to you.
In this contest, Flexi Flyer will be flying up the left course, and Botzilla will be crashing his way up the right. That sound means we are in position and history is about to be made. It's gauntlet time.
Robots ready.
Botzilla and Flexi Flyer underway.
Amit, Botzilla added that Lexan plate to his arm to push through the debris.
It's not keeping him from getting stuck on those cans, though, Dan. Check it out. Flexi Flyer also stuck in the cans. This is good.
This is bizarre, Amit. Both bots have variable suspensions to climb over debris, but both are stuck on the paint cans. Those cans have proven to be one of the toughest obstacles at Robotica.
Flexi Flyer is free and on his way. Great shot through the flexi-cam as he pounds through the bricks and the blocks. No problem. He's at the halfway point now. Sweet. Botzilla's trying to work himself free of the cans. Still having some trouble. Now he's after the bricks, trying to keep pace. And Flexi Flyer steals the wall. Nice!
Those bots are just the right width to pass each other on the straightaway.
Botzilla not wasting any time. He's around turn 3 and back through the paint cans. No problem this time. And he meets Flexi Flyer at the starting point. Oh, it's going to be a fight to get up that ramp. And Flexi gets up first, scoring 10 points for the ramp. Botzilla follows, he'll get 5, and now it's glass breaking time, baby.
Now it's a strategy game, Amit. Who's going to be in position to get that bonus pay?
Both bots just destroying the glass. This is beautiful.
But what's not beautiful is Botzilla's arm seems to be jammed.
I don't care, Dan. Both bots driving for the last 15 points. A little bumping action going on. One pane of glass to go. Flexi smashes it. Oh, but he bounces off the pillar. Flexi fighting Zilla. Oh, Flexi wants that glass. He's going for it, but Botzilla cuts him off. Look at that. That's sweet. What a struggle. Who's going to take it? Oh, Botzilla takes it. Oh, Flexi getting in a little bump. He is mad. Is that legal? I guess no one else saw it but me. Lawrence Ferris celebrating, but no scores announced yet. Crafty Konchak offers his congratulations. Oh, this is going to be close. Flexi Flyer and Botzilla to the bitter end. Dan, tell us what went on down there.
Amit, ground clearance problems kept this game close, and despite two wildly different designs, these bots proved to be quite evenly matched. In fact, breaking the final pane came down to driver skill and luck.
Tanya's got the winner down on the floor.
Wow, that was the most exciting round of competition I've ever seen so far. We have Team Flexi Flyer, Team Botzilla, and guess what? You guys don't even know this yet. It was a tie! All right, so tell me what was going on in your mind the minute you started the gauntlet.
Just to go fast and not push it too quickly, though, and be methodical as we go around.
Were you a little concerned about Botzilla?
Oh, very concerned. They're a great team, and they've got a great design on that
Were you
thing.
afraid of the arm?
Well, a little bit, more so later.
Everybody's afraid of the arm. And how's Botzilla team doing?
Botzilla, we're good. We're just happy to be here. These guys are real good drivers. We just got a real good bot, but a good track bot's going to come out on top every time over a wheeled bot.
So was it your strategy? You guys were behind, and now look where you are.
We're happy to be here.
Did you go into this with some kind of specific strategy?
Just to try to knock all the stuff down and get around the track before he did.
Ah, okay, I gotta ask you, what about the fight at the bottom of the ramp?
Well, I got a little disoriented trying to get up the ramp, and he got there a little bit sooner than I thought. And rather than try to force my way up the ramp, I thought first I'd move him out of the way, and then I'd go up.
All right, well, I have to tell you, that was incredible. You had everybody like this. Okay, congratulations.
Nice. In an incredible gauntlet competition, Flexi Flyer and Botzilla tie, but we've still got 2 more gauntlets to go, so who moves on to the labyrinth is still in question. Now, entering the arena, a narrow loss in the gauntlet didn't scare him off. He came back and took the fight to the finish, as only a simian could. It's the Killer Gorilla! This 206-pound beast is powered by 4 36-volt motors, and the fork-style arm is powered by 2 linear actuators that'll do more than peel a banana, let me tell you.
And this beast has been tamed by Rob Farrow.
Gorillas are the strongest primate in the jungle. Our bot, the Killer Gorilla, is the strongest bot here.
And his opponent, she may look bite-sized, but you could end up eating her dust. Screaming through the preliminary rounds, this little lady took the fast track past her opponents and danced her way through the fight to the finish and into our hearts. Give a round of applause for Debbot! Weighing in at a mere 91 pounds, Debbot's Astroflight 90 engines are more than enough to blaze her up to 15 miles an hour. And that lifting arm can flip a 250-pound bully on his chrome dome.
Debbot's better half is Jeff Vasquez.
We're Team Fast Electric Robots. Our robot is Debbot. We're light, we're fast, we're powerful, and that's why we're going to win.
Once again, the gauntlet. Beat this guy and you're moving on. Mess up even a little and you're out of here. Crash through the walls, bash through the rubble, slide up the ramp, and finish off the glass to take the thing. Let's go down to Dan on the floor.
Amit, one of the great things about Robotica is that the builders have to design with a variety of challenges in mind. DebBot comes into the gauntlet with what seems the perfect configuration for the first half of the event, ultra-low ground clearance and a plow for pushing through debris. Where she might encounter trouble is the center platform. Assuming she gets up the ramp cleanly, she may be too fast to avoid driving off the platform's edge. The Killer Gorilla will take a steadier approach around the course, but should have no trouble getting to the center area. The 15-point bonus pane could decide the game, so it may come down to a pushing match on the platform. Look for the slower robot to make a charge at his opponent here. Back to you.
Dunkashane, Dan. In this matchup, the Killer Gorilla will be swinging up the left side of the track, while DebBot will be rolling up the right. Gauntlet, 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 go!
Robots ready.
And the gauntlet is underway. The Killer Gorilla through the wood, taking his time on the cans. And DebBot, like a fireball, around the first turn through the bricks and the blocks. She's at the halfway point already. There's a great shot from the DebBot cam, and she steals 2 walls from the Gorilla. Ooh, Killer Gorilla right on top of DebBot. Ouch!
Amit, this is a confrontation that usually takes place at the midpoint. This is the third turn for DebBot. She's very fast right now.
Yes, she is, Dan. Jeff Vasquez not pulling any punches here, and the Killer Gorilla fighting through DebBot's debris around the second turn.
Just like in earlier rounds, Killer Gorilla is using those bouncy wheels to get him over the debris, Amit.
Bouncy smouncy, Dan. DebBot is already up the ramp. Look at that view from DebBot. She's busting the glass already. What a show. Ooh, almost down the ramp again. Careful with the driving.
Killer Gorilla playing catch-up now. He's got time. If he can just get up the ramp, we know he can win a pushing match up there.
Rob Farrow and Jeff Vasquez side by side. Killer's trying to line up for the ramp. Having some trouble. And he's up. DebBot's got some competition. Oh, no! DebBot in the gutter. What a shame. Killer Gorilla didn't even touch her. She just rode right off the platform. It is Gorilla's game.
That was driver error, Amit. DebBot just panicked.
Killer Gorilla's all alone right now. Easy picking for the rest of it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That did not just happen. Dan, driver error again. Spinning those tires. I don't know who's more frustrated right now, Rob Farrow or me. He was all alone up there, and he blows it. Look at that. He's going nowhere. DebBot, nothing doing there. We're just looking up a robot skirt.
But Killer Gorilla still got a shot, Amit. If that lifting arm can shift his weight enough to put those back wheels in contact with the platform, he might be able to drive out of there.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working now, does it, Dan? Any other bright ideas? Both bots just stuck there. Now, Killer's going the wrong way. 3 wheels off the platform. No getting out of that one. Time is running down, and Rob Farrow knows it. Check out the look on Gorilla's face. He knows it, too. A devastating end for both robots. It's going to come down to points here. What have we got? DebBot takes the gauntlet with a score of 80 points. She's moving on to the labyrinth. The question now is, will the Killer Gorilla score of 55 be enough to advance him as well? Tanya is down on the floor with the winner.
Hey, here we are with Jeff Vasquez and DebBot, and you just won the gauntlet. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
Okay, so that was amazing. You took off, went right through the gauntlet, right around the corner. What was your toughest obstacle?
The toughest obstacle was, I think, the cinder blocks. They were pretty tough to get through. I was really worried about my robot getting high-centered on them because they're easy for me to drive over.
How many points would you say that you stole from Killer Gorilla?
Quite a few, I think.
Quite a few.
I think that's why I won. I was lucky. My robot's really quick, and I was able to get around the course pretty quickly.
He was a very powerful opponent.
He's very powerful.
How'd you get past them?
I went one way and he went the other, and it was complete luck because I couldn't see where I was going part of the time. So.
Okay, I gotta know, how'd you end up falling off the platform? What was that about?
That was a combination of adrenaline and kind of lost sight of the robot a little bit. And then I looked over at him coming up the ramp, and I kind of blew it.
It was an amazing time because they had their chance too.
Right,
and you were worried. Your sweat and buckets there.
Absolutely.
And then when they went off.
Right, felt really good right up to when I went crashing. So.
Okay, great round of competition. Congratulations. On to the next round, 11.
Yeah.
DebBot's exceptional speed and controllability gave her the lead, but it was her low ground clearance and wedge design that gave her the edge when it came to plowing right under the Killer Gorilla.
So with one more gauntlet to go, here are the scores. Lexi Flyer and Botzilla are tied at 75 apiece, while DebBot leads the Killer Gorilla 80 to 55. Only 4 bots will advance to the labyrinth. The big question is, Who will it be? To find that out, just be here when we get back. If you are, you'll also see this. Armageddon and Ill-Tempered Mutt battle in the final gauntlet of the season. Will the Mutt be able to take a bite out of Armageddon's impenetrable armor? And later, the Labyrinth takes a bite out of Robots. And after that, the fight to the finish chooses a champion. It all happens when Robotica returns. Robotica is back.
Here's how the scores stand. Flexi Flyer and Botzilla are tied with 75 points apiece, and the Killer Gorilla trails Deadbot 55 to 80. Deadbot's moving on for sure. We're about to find out who will join her.
Let's meet our final set of competitors. Now entering the arena, laying waste to the gauntlet. He took almost every single point. In the Labyrinth, he did it again. But his victory in the fight to the finish brought him here tonight. It's Armageddon. Hidden under that wedge-shaped shell, Armageddon sports a vacuum impeller, a mechanism that jets air at an incredible 170 cubic feet per minute, creating an extra 100 pounds of perceived weight.
Armageddon is the creation of Jason Giddings.
Armageddon's gonna get bought. And his opponent, with tenacious driving in the gauntlet and total domination in the Labyrinth, he was looking like the best in show. But it was in the fight to the finish that this rabid beast showed his true nature. It's Ill-Tempered Mutt! This four-wheeled menace is fully adaptable to each new environment. Its triangular wedge raises up from debris scooper to ramming mechanism. And when the real dogfight gets going, a 30-pound spinning steel drum with beater bars kicks in at a whopping 2,000 RPM.
And Ill-Tempered Mutt is the creation of Ken Benner.
Ill-Tempered Mutt is nobody's best friend. Bite me.
For the last time this season, it's the Gauntlet. Knock down the walls, pass the piles, climb the ramp, and trash the glass. Do it first, and you're moving on for sure.
Dan, you gotta tell me who's got the advantage here and why?
The gauntlet presents a variety of challenges for the robots. One of the most significant is the wall of bricks. All season long, we've seen robots get high-centered on these bricks. Armageddon's low ground clearance looks like enough to avoid brick trouble, but as we've seen, one bad bounce of the wheels or a run-in with your opponent can put you on top of one and leave you stuck. Ill-Tempered Mutt compensated for this possibility with his low V-shaped plow. The chances of him getting high-centered on a brick are virtually nil. So the moral of the story is, if a robot doesn't have a plow of some kind, there's a good chance a brick will get stuck underneath it. Back to you.
In this round of competition, Armageddon will be firing up the left track, while Ill-Tempered Mutt will be chasing up the right. The gauntlet, it's ready, let's do it.
Robots ready.
Armageddon quick up the line. He's through the two walls and at the first turn. And Ill-Tempered Mutt is still at the starting line. He seems to be having steering problems, hitting everything but the obstacle. He's through the wood now, still hitting the rails. Armageddon is building his lead. He's through the bricks and the blocks at the halfway point. Around turn one, Ken Benner. He's through the bricks and the blocks. Both bots at the halfway point. Looks like Armageddon is stuck there.
Amit, you can see a brick under Armageddon's back edge. He's got plates up front to push debris, but nothing in the back to avoid getting high-centered.
Ill-Tempered Mutt with a bump may have helped him out there, but he's not wasting any time fighting with him. He's around the third turn. Armageddon just carrying all that debris in front of him. It doesn't look like he can push past it. Ill-Tempered Mutt is back at the starting line. He's lining up the ramp. Again, steering problems. Ouch. Can't seem to get up that platform, Dan.
Armageddon is still not moving, Amit. He may be having an electrical problem.
Ken Benner on the ramp. He still can't get up. The dog having all sorts of problems.
Amit, you can see that back right wheel free spinning right now, like it's not touching the ground. He may have bent his frame.
Well, he's finally up now. Finally, the dog is up on the platform and busting glass. He lines up another one, and he's gonna take it.
Armageddon is still dead in the water. Ken can take his time. He doesn't want to make a mistake and fall off the platform now.
Armageddon not going anywhere, gets a little glass in that pile of bricks from the dirty dog. Ill-Tempered Mutt with 2 panes of glass left. He takes out one, takes out the other one. Fancy spinning move from the dog. Final pain, let's see if he has any steering problems here. Now, well, yeah, not a perfect hit, but a job well done. Ill-Tempered Mutt takes the bonus pain. Ken Benner is moving on. Jason Giddings' fate, however, as yet undecided. Ill-Tempered Mutt takes it from Armageddon, 85-45. Tanya's down the floor with the win.
So Armageddon took off like a rocket. What were your concerns?
Well, I was concerned because I was slipping on something and I missed the opening, so I was delayed because I just could not get it in a straight line at first.
Okay,
and,
but then once you did,
we got it going. We plowed through just like we do, and then he was stuck down on the other side. We gave him a little nudge trying to get by, helped him out, and so we both kept going.
Any steering problems?
I don't think so. I think there's just the track is just a little bit slippery once in a while, and we just hit one of those spots. So.
Wow, and I know that you had a hard time getting up the ramp. I thought at one point you were going to try it backwards, but then.
Yeah, no, same thing. I think something's slipping on the track. I don't know. I got to check my wheels, see if there's glass in there or something. But It was having trouble getting a powered straight run, and that's what was getting me.
And then you just went straight up, went for all the glass.
We did it, and we killed it, and took that big dive through the end.
You had a grand finish.
That's great.
Perfect. Congratulations.
Thanks.
The dog is out.
Ill-Tempered Mutt's V-shaped plow allowed him to part the piles of debris rather than carry them with him through the gauntlet. Though plagued by steering problems, he ultimately got enough control to break the final pain.
An amazing round of gauntlet competition. The Killer Gorilla and Armageddon are gone. Thanks for playing, fellas. So Ill-Tempered Mutt, Botzilla, Deadbot, and Flexi Flyer moving on. We've lightened the load from 6 to 4, but we've got to get to the 2 before we have a fight to the finish. We're moments away from the labyrinth. You don't want to miss this. And later, the fight to the finish for keeps. Robotica. We'll be right back. Robotica is back. We've said goodbye to Armageddon and the Killer Gorilla. So long, fellas. The pressure's bearing down on our remaining bots because the only way to move on from here is to take the labyrinth.
All the bots will begin the game with a clean slate.
That's right. We've rematched the bots, so Ill-Tempered Mutt will take on Botzilla, and Debbot will face Flexi Flyer. They're getting ready for the labyrinth right now.
Dan Dachnick is down in the pits. Dan, gotta tell me, how are the robots faring after the gauntlet?
Well, Tanya, we're here in the dog pound with Ill-Tempered Mutt. Now, guys, you had some trouble getting started out there. What was the story?
I'm not sure if it was debris or something on the track. We were having trouble getting a straight start. We put the power into it, and I kept curving to the side. Once we got beyond that point, we had the power to keep going, so I know both my motors are running fine.
Right. Well, steering difficulty is typical with a two-wheel drive robot. How are you trying to get around that?
What I've done is I've gone ahead and gone with the freewheeling straight rear wheels. It does help that a lot. I've tried with just a caster type, and those are very agile but very tough to control. This is kind of a mix between the two.
Got it. Now, what changes are you going to make to get ready for the labyrinth?
We've got to get a little more height, so we're gonna tilt our head up here, and it doesn't go up all the way yet, but then we add this nice little tongue, give us some height. Looks cute, breaks glass.
Now, Lawrence, I understand you've just discovered the problem for your arm actuation.
Yeah, we found this stuck in some of the mechanical, one of the micro switches. And,
what is that?
This is a piece of glass from some part of the set.
Wow. So just pull that out and you're going to be good to go for the labyrinth?
Well, we're good.
Who's going to take it?
We're ready.
All right. That's the story in the pits. Back to you guys.
Now let's take a look back at how Ill-Tempered Mutt and Botzilla got here tonight. Ken Benner combined his love of dogs and science to come up with Ill-Tempered Mutt. It looked like it was going to be close in the prelims with Ill-Tempered Mutt taking on the Wizard of Saws. But in the labyrinth, Ken and his mean old Mutt pulled back the curtain and knocked the Wizard out, easily winning it all by 145 points. For the fight to the finish, Ken took the muzzle off, revealing a 30-pound spinning drum with beater bars. After that, it was back to the asylum for Mechacidal Maniac. Earlier today, we saw Ken and the Mutt tear up the gauntlet, saving the world from Armageddon. But Ken's not done yet because Botzilla is still on the loose. Created by Lawrence Fair, this bot's been taking down the points like its namesake took Tokyo. Trampling all over Son of a Monkey's wrench in the prelims, Botzilla not only made the Monkey Mobile into a convertible, he won by the largest margin this season, 200 points. And the fight to the finish, Thor nearly sent Botzilla back to the Pacific. But this otherworldly battle could only have one winner. In the end, Lawrence and Botzilla prevail. Both Ken and Lawrence have proven they know how to send their opponents home, licking their wounds. We've entered phase 2 of our Robotica Championships. We call it the Labyrinth, and for those of you who just can't remember how it works, this is for you. The bots begin on this turntable. When they get the signal, they'll drive off and begin their quest to break glass. 6 very tough challenges guard that glass. For 15 points apiece, push this 253-pound box or take on these stabbing spikes. For something a little more challenging, you can test your luck with our suspension bridge or pneumatic flip ramp. If you aren't sunk or soaring, then you're 20 points richer. And finally, for the big points, 25 a pop to be precise, you got to test your tread in the sand trap or the steel cargo rollers. They're both deadly when it comes to stopping robots in their tracks. Finally, when all the glass is gone, these gates unlock, revealing this 7th and final pane. Be the one to smash this, and 30 points are yours.
Now, let's not forget our Robotica rats. These buzzsaw-toting robotic rodents do their best work in the labyrinth, and they don't have to spend any time breaking glass. They've got one thing on their minds, chewing up innocent robots. So, watch out.
The bots are rolling into place. Ken Benner and Lawrence Fair. Whoever leaves the labyrinth alive is moving on. Our bots are in position. It's Ill-Tempered Mutt versus Botzilla for all the marbles. Let's do it.
Robots ready.
And Botzilla going right after Ill-Tempered Mutt. The Mutt is just trying to get out of the turntable and gives him the slip. Ill-Tempered Mutt lines up for the suspension bridge. Lawrence Fair gets Botzilla free. And Ill-Tempered Mutt skies off the bridge and gets the glass. That's a 20-point landing, baby.
Bodzilla's waiting for him, Amit. He wants a confrontation. He thinks the best way to win against Ill-Tempered Mutt's speed is to take him out of the game right now.
The Mutt's not in a hurry. He's already got points on the board. Looks like he's going to wait him out. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, yes! The Mutt gets toppled by Botzilla. Tragedy!
Amit, Ken Benner's bot does not have a riding mechanism. It really doesn't look good for him right now.
Botzilla easily over the spikes, takes 15 more points. Gets hung up on the rails. Oh, Botzilla is free! Lawrence Fair works his way around the track, slow and steady. Aha, here come the rats.
There's still one possibility here, Amit. If those rats hit the Mutt just right, they could put him back on his wheels.
Botzilla heads through the turntable, flips past that rat. Looks like he's heading toward the box. Ken Benner, not a happy man right now. Botzilla working on the box. Easy pickings, 15 points it is. Beautifully done.
Amit, that arm is in the upright position again. Every time he breaks a piece of glass, shards could fall inside his robot. He can't afford a breakdown here.
Ill-Tempered Mutt being worked over by those rats. They're getting their licks in. Ouch. Botzilla wrestling with a wrecking ball. He muscles past. Ah, yes, there's a 25 big smackaroonies. 2 obstacles to go. It's down to the flip ramp and the sand. What is Botzilla going for? Back across the rollers. No problem. Looks like he's going to go for one of those rats. Botzilla hungry. Rats bad. He needs to get to the far corner of the labyrinth. Ill-Tempered Mutt getting his belly scratched by those rats. You got to love Ken Benner's no guts, no glory approach. But it comes.
Botzilla needs to be careful now. He knows he's got the labyrinth won, but he's looking ahead to the fight to the finish. He wants to make sure he doesn't do anything to damage his robot now. That sand could pose a real problem if it gets inside, and that flip ramp could do major damage if it tosses him.
He does go for the sand, though, and picks up another 25 points. Beautiful. Botzilla just dominating this event. One obstacle to go, Dan.
Looks like he's going to skip the flip ramp, Amit. He decided the risk is just not worth it.
Ill-Tempered Mutt still sitting there. After that fateful moment when Botzilla took him out of the running, Ken Benner, he knows it's over. That's got to be frustrating after a solid performance today. And there's the siren. Botzilla's got the final pain all to himself. Let's see if he can get the gates down here. Having to take a couple of runs at it. Bit of a steering problem there. Now he's turning around, and oh, he's using that arm to help him push down the gate, and he takes the pane of glass. Botzilla moving on. Lawrence Fair very satisfied with his robot's performance. An impressive showing indeed. All right, we've got our first fight to the finish competitor. Botzilla has beaten the Labyrinth and Ill-Tempered Mutt. He'll move on to the big battle at the end of the competition. Great job. Tanya's right now down with the winner.
Okay, Lawrence Fair with one mean bot, Botzilla. What was your strategy going into this round?
Well, we're just going to do the best we could. We knew he was tough, but we told him before the match started, if the dog lifted a leg on us, we were going to neuter him.
Oh, well, I think you sure did. No, right at the beginning, you went in there and you went fighting right for Ill-Tempered Mutt. Was that part of your strategy?
That was it. Every match, we just go right for the throat, try to flip them over on their back, and then rack up the points.
Yeah, I think Ill-Tempered Mutt has seen his day. Tell me about the incredible moment when the Mutt flipped over.
Well, he got away from me the first time, so he took out one of the glass panels. I just lay in wait for him. I knew he went in and he had to come out.
He did.
So I just sat there and waited for him.
It was your intention to flip him over at that point.
It was. That was.
Okay.
We were hoping to do it right from the start, but like I say, he got away from us. And
did you expect to get this far, though?
You know, we came here just planning on having a good time. We knew we had a good robot with a lot of hours, a good driver, and a good weapons man. And it's really nice to have gotten this far, yeah.
So you had no idea. You just were coming here to have fun.
Yeah.
It's our first competition and our first robot.
It is. All right, well, on to the fight to the finish. Woo! All right, Botzilla all the way.
This was the moment. Ill-Tempered Mutt took the bait and Botzilla made him pay. After that, it was just a matter of collecting points, which Botzilla did with ease.
So Botzilla moves on to the fight to the finish. Who will join him? Well, right now it's still up in the air. Will it be Debbot or perhaps Flexi Flyer? One of these two robots will be going all the way to the fight to the finish. Stay tuned, Robotica. Robotica is back. Debbot and Flexi Flyer are down in the pits licking their wounds. Dan, how are things looking down there?
Ahmed, a lot of energy in that last event. Let's check out Debbot and see what happened, if anything. Jeff, these chains are working out really well, but most people throw chains in this event. What's the secret to your success?
Chain tensioners, Dan. I have a chain tensioner on each length of chain. They put out about 4 pounds of force, and they also have alignment pieces on them that keep the chain from going off to the side, so the chain just fits in there really nicely.
That's very clever. So these take up the slack in the chain and keep them from walking off the sprockets.
Exactly. I can hit this thing full power forward and reverse, and I have no problem with the chains flying.
Well, you definitely demonstrated that out there in the gauntlet. Now, are you going to fix anything? Did anything break?
My antenna got tweaked. Other than that, everything looks good to go.
Excellent, Jeff. Excellent. Well, let's check out their competitors in the labyrinth. Mike, looked like you got hung up on the paint cans, and I think you lost your radio link out there. What happened?
I don't know. Twice, it just as soon as I hit the paint, it went out. I was up on the side of the rail, went out again, and then the rest of the time, once the link captured again, we were good to go the rest of the way.
Are you trying to solve it right now?
Well, right now we're still trying to solve a flat tire, so we're going to swap that out.
Okay, well, after you do that, any prediction on who's going to take it in the labyrinth?
I'll tell you what, it's we came here to win, but we got good competition, and may the best man win.
All right.
Best bot win, actually.
All right. And we're about to find out who the best bot is. But before we do, let's take a look back at how Debbot and Flexi Flyer got here.
From the mind of Mike Konchak came Flexi Flyer, a robot designed to roll over anything in its path. Something it definitely did to get here tonight. Twisting, turning, flexing, and flying through the prelims, Flexi easily defeated Tack 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 by 180 points. The Flyer then headed to the fight to the finish and sent Scarab careening over the edge and back to his mummy. Earlier today, we saw Mike and Flexi Flyer barely make it past the gauntlet, tying Botzilla at 75 points to advance. Jeff Vasquez is the brains behind Debbot. It's named after Jeff's loving wife, but Debbot isn't about to love and cherish anyone. Narrowly stealing the prelims away from the more powerful but less maneuverable introverter, Debbot saved the dance for Javman in the fight to the finish. But it was Debbot's fancy footwork that won her the gold medal. This is a great matchup. Mike is a former national champion motorcycle racer, and Jeff is the current national high-speed RC boat champ. Both of these guys know what it takes to win.
For the last time, here it is, the Labyrinth. 6 challenges guard 6 panes of glass. Beat the challenge, bust the glass, get the points.
When it's all gone, get the 7th pane of glass, and the game's over.
Now, let's not forget our Robotica rats. These buzzsaw-toting robotic rodents do their best work in the labyrinth. And they don't have to spend any time breaking glass. They've got one thing on their minds, chewing up innocent robots. So, watch out.
In fact, this event is so dangerous that we've put up safety walls to protect everyone. But don't worry, you're nice and safe at home. Or are you? Here they are. Jeff Vasquez and Michael Konchak rolled their bots in nose to nose. Which one will move on to face Botzilla in the finals? We're about to find out. Deadbot and Flexi Flyer are in place to go. Labyrinth, it's your swan song. Do us proud. Robotica.
Robots ready.
Both bots very calm at the buzzer. They have decided points are the way to win it. Deadbot scoots past the speed bumps. And over the spikes. Oh, she undershoots the glass. She turns and takes it. Beautiful. 15 points of hers. On her way back out, stabbed in the rear. That's not fun. But not that dangerous either. She's back on her way. Flexi Flyer's lining up for the box.
I'll tell you what Flexi Flyer is doing right now. He knows there are only certain obstacles that Deadbot can get to with her low ground clearance. He's taking one of them away from her right now.
He's got the box out of the way, lining up the shot. 15 points. Nice.
Deadbot's heading through the turntable now because she can't handle the speed bumps or the jump on either side. This is her only option.
And here come the rats. The red rat gets ahead on little Debbie, and the gray rat is blocking Flexi Flyer's way. Flexi paying no heed. And he puts the rat on his back. Stupid robot rat. Flexi Flyer takes charge. Jeff Vasquez fighting off the red rat.
Amit, Deadbot's low ground clearance rules out the suspension bridge and the sand pit, and speed bumps block the path to the rollers.
Oh, almost flipped by the ramp. She grabs the rail, keeps herself upright. Close call. Vasquez fighting with this obstacle here. Flexi Flyer taking on the rollers. No problem with the wrecking balls. Having trouble breaking that glass there. He backs away. And does it! That's 25 points, 3 obstacles to go. Make that 2 obstacles to go. Deadbot picks up 20.
That's it for Deadbot. That's the last obstacle she can clear.
Mike Konchak pilots Flexi Flyer towards the suspension bridge. And he goes across, no problem. Now he'll try to turn around to line up for another 20. And he does it. Beautifully done. Going back across. And he safely does it. Deadbot just waiting at the gates.
Now Flexi Flyer can take his time. He knows there's one obstacle left, and it's his for the taking. He shouldn't have any trouble in the sand. He just needs to avoid any mistakes.
He's at the sand pit now. Those dune buggy wheels just going right through it. And he takes another 25 points. That's it. The obstacles are all gone. There's the siren, baby. Deadbot's taking a shot at the gates. Here comes Flexi. Deadbot taking her sweet time, lining up the shot. What is she waiting for? Oh! Stop by the rat gate.
It's that low ground clearance again.
There's a shot from Debcam as Flexi Flyer gets in her way. A pushing match going on. Flexi Flyer through the gates, and he takes the final page. That is it. Mike Konchak is a very happy man. Flexi Flyer takes it from Deadbot, 115 to 35. But more importantly, he'll be advancing to the fight to the finish and a shot at the ultimate Robotica glory. Tanya's down right now with the win. Tanya?
Woo, here we have Team Robot Dojo with Flexi Flyer. Now, Michael Konchak and your team here, what was your strategy going into this race?
Well, we just tried to get the obstacles one at a time, but I had some control difficulties, and my transmitter kind of cut out in and out a couple times.
So you did lose a little bit of control.
Yeah, just stopped there for a while. You were watching it waiting, and then but it came back, and I tried not to hit things as hard. As long as I'm not hitting things hard, it seems to be working fine.
Did you have problems with the rats at all?
Oh yeah, there was that one rat. He was on the ramp,
right.
the jump ramp. I wanted to hit that thing flying, you know, to get some air, but he was there, and I finally had him impaling from underneath. And this one was difficult, but he definitely slowed me down.
Okay, and then what happened? The obstacles. It was at the very end. You went for the sand and the bridge last.
That's right. Yeah, I thought I'd save the sand, you know, 'cause it's just so fun to be in. with my bot. And then it's pretty close to the door. Then I could leave from there and go on. But, you know, I was trying to stay away from the flip ramp.
Okay, so how are you going to prepare for the fight to the finish?
Well, we're going to put our lower profile tires and our cow catchers on and get rid of the excess weight and hopefully find out why my receiver is crapping out on me.
Okay, well, figure that out, and here we go to the fight to the finish. All right,
thank you.
congratulations.
Flexi Flyer took out the only obstacles DevBot could get to early, then he leisurely took out what was left. Despite controller problems, Mike Konchak handled the labyrinth with little trouble. Once again, his flexible geometry proved the better design for this competition.
In an incredible competition, we found our matchup for the fight to the finish. Botzilla and Flexi Flyer put it all on the line. There's no second place.
There actually is, but we don't give them anything, really.
Coming up next, 6-foot spikes, raging torches, and a dizzying drop. It's called the fight to the finish, and it's going to decide the next Robotica champion. Robotica is back. Now, Tanya, do you have a favorite moment from the entire Robotica season?
Well, that is really hard to choose, but yeah, I have put some thought into that. And I'd have to say it was in the labyrinth when Botzilla ripped the armor off the Son of the Monkey's Wrench and he was squirming around like a little naked Son of the Monkey's Wrench.
I like your style.
Yeah.
I found that
What
to be
about you?
also entertaining.
For me, I would say maybe fantastic, writhing around like a fish out of water.
That was a good one.
That was good, right?
Yes.
I like that robot. I know. It all comes down to this, though, people. Our final fight to the finish. Botzilla takes on Flexi Flyer for the Robotica Championship. We began the season with 24 mighty robots. It took us 6 competitions to find our challengers for tonight, and now it's down to these 2, the mightiest of them all, and they're about to do a most honorable battle in the fight to the finish. The bots will enter this platform high above the arena floor. All around it are deadly spikes. They'll battle it out for 1 minute. When time's up, the safety gates that line the platform will drop, and the last robot standing is the champion. The other guy flies up the side and into the deadly spikes. They're ready. We're ready. Are you ready? Then let's do it. Fight to the finish. It's on. Lawrence Fair and Mike Konchak are now in the skybox. They've beaten the best of the best to be here tonight. Now, when this is over, one will walk away a champion. The other will just walk away. There's Botzilla. He's added those Lexan wedges to the side of his bot in the hopes of keeping Flexi Flyer from getting underneath him. He had some trouble with that arm earlier in the competition. Hopefully he's got it under control. He's also completely replaced his treads for this event. He's taking no chances against Flexi Flyer tonight. And there's Flexi Flyer. He's got his battle gear on, he's locked the 2 halves of his chassis together, and added those low-profile tires for better traction. He's also added those deadly cow catchers. Flexi Flyer has been battling with controller problems throughout the competition. Now is not the time to lose control of your robot. The robots are in position and raring to go. In this, the final fight to the finish of this season. It's time now to find a champion.
Robots ready.
Flexi Flyer moves in, and Botzilla steering away from him. Oh! The fatal mistake of turning sideways. Flexi Flyer is underneath him. He's just carrying him around that platform now. And he turns him over. Botzilla is upside down. He's trying to right himself with that arm. Flexi Flyer pushes him into the corner, knocks him onto his side. Flexi Flyer backs away now. He's lining up the shot. And he pushes him up on the rail. Beautiful. Botzilla hanging on for dear life. Oh, yes! Flexi Flyer genius. Botzilla right into the spikes. It is over. This is the first time in Robotica history that the fight ended before the gates even dropped. Incredible! Mike Konchak is the new Robotica champion. This Flexi Flyer has won the day. An amazing performance.
How you guys feeling? Like a winner.
Great.
All right. How you feeling?
You!
Good job.
Unbelievable!
Woo! And what about yourself? Oh, this is fantastic.
Walls didn't come down, we took him over! Awesome!
Great job, you guys.
Awesome. Wow.
This is beautiful.
It is.
Despite Botzilla's added wedges, Flexi Flyer's cow catchers got underneath him and flipped him. After that, Flexi just pushed Botzilla into position and sent him flying. Mike Konchak's creation had the right combination of design and control to take him all the way. Congratulations and well done.
An incredible ending to an incredible season. Who would have thought, way back when, that Flexi Fly, the little scrapper from Louisville, Colorado, would rise above the rest and take it all in under a minute? What a moment. Robotica will be back for another action-packed season. You can count on that. So look for more amazing robots, the toughest challenges man can cook up, coming your way very soon. Thank you to all our builders for coming out and putting on an incredible competition. Your creations are what we do this for. So, until next time, for Tanya Memi, Dan Banknick, and myself, Ahmet Zappa, goodbye from Robotica. Signing out.